Well, good evening everyone. Now if you want to join in with tonight's awards ceremony and perhaps send messages of congratulations to any of the award recipients and to the new appointees, you can do this by using the chat button facility which is located at the bottom of your screen. Now you need to choose the drop down option of everyone, which will allow all the award winners and the guests here tonight to see your comments. Enjoy! Throughout the year, reservists in Wales provide valuable support to our regular armed forces, at home, on operational duties and within their local communities. Our cadets, whether from the Sea Cadet Corps, the Army Cadet Force, the Royal Air Force Air Cadets or from the Combined Cadet Force, grow and develop into responsible and confident young citizens, achieving enormous training and sporting success, as well as providing support to their communities through many and varied activities. These endeavours help maintain the good name of the armed forces here in Wales. Finally, our adult volunteers devote time, energy and effort that is truly humbling to ensure that our cadets gain maximum benefit from what for many can be life-changing experiences in preparation for adult life. These awards ceremonies, held annually by the Lord Lieutenants of Wales, are an opportunity for deserving individuals to be publicly recognised within the communities in which they live and serve for their contribution to the reserves and cadet forces. Now this evening, Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant will be making the following presentations: the Lord Lieutenant Certificate of Merit, the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Lord Lieutenant's Badges for last year 2021, and the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Appointments for this year 2022. Firstly then, the Lord Lieutenant's Certificates of Merit. The Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit records the Lord Lieutenant's gratitude and recognition for outstanding service and devotion to duty, and this year the certificates are being awarded as follows. Colour Sergeant Nigel Phillips is to be commended for his tireless work as the permanent staff instructor of the Aberystwyth detachment of the Wales University's Officer Training Corps. He works as a lone member of staff, isolated from his regimental headquarters, which is based in Cardiff. He inspires, leads, trains and administrates 40 officer cadets. Unfortunately, due to posts being gapped, he is not supported by a captain or a further senior non-commissioned officer. Colour Sergeant Phillips refuses to allow the paucity of staff to impact on the military experience Wales University Officer Cadets offer to its cadets at Aberystwyth. With unwavering good cheer, a wealth of experience and his professional approach to all he undertakes, he excels in driving the detachment forward. His enthusiasm is infectious. He invests time and effort in truly understanding his officer cadets. In doing so, he can shape each of their experiences, improving them as leaders and team members. It is this dedication and care that elicits the warmth and affection felt towards him by his detachment. He holds his additional responsibility with a lightness which masks the considerable burden placed upon him. Colour Sergeant Phillips is an exceptional example of a senior non-commissioned officer in the British Army, an exceptional asset to Wales University Officer Training Corps, and a credit and advertisement for the Parachute Regiment. Colour Sergeant Phillips retires from regular service in the summer of this year. However, his dedication to instructing and mentoring the next generation of the nation's talent does not end there. He intends to transfer into the Army Reserve and fill one of the currently gapped posts so that he may continue his service with the Wales University Officer Training Corps, a most popular move with officer cadets and with the wider staff. Colour Sergeant Phillips has been an exceptional instructor, mentor, confidant and big brother figure to many an officer cadet placed under his charge. He is an outstanding member of the British Army and of the community in which he lives and works. Sergeant Major Instructor Thomas. A key member of E Squadron, Dyfed and Glamorgan Army Cadet Force, Sergeant Major Thomas, also known as Tom Tom, started his service with the Army Cadet Force as a cadet at Ammanford, and in 2014, upon reaching the age of 18, he progressed into adult service. Now, not all individuals make this transition easily, but Tom Tom did so with ease, with enthusiasm and great professionalism. Since he started adult service, Sergeant Major Thomas has undertaken every opportunity available to him to develop his skills, knowledge and abilities in order to provide a better experience for the cadets. As a result, He is one of the most qualified instructors within the squadron, if not the county. Not only is Sergeant Major Thomas impressively qualified, he also puts these qualifications to great use. Tom makes himself available for every single activity undertaken by the squadron, as well as a considerable number on behalf of the county. In short, he not only talks the talk, he undoubtedly walks the walk. A key contributor to the life of the squadron during lockdown, Tom worked tirelessly to keep the flame alive by producing and delivering a range of inspiring and engaging online activities which were well received by the cadets and other adult volunteers. Now, in addition to his exemplary service as a Cadet Force adult volunteer, Sergeant Major Thomas is a reservist with the 3rd Battalion, the Royal Welsh. In addition to his various training commitments, Tom mobilised as part of Operation Rescript and took part in the brigade's effort to supply the National Health Service in Wales with personal protective equipment. And it's fair to say that as an individual, Tom has been shaped by his early service within the Army Cadet Force. But it's also clear that the Army Cadet Force in the future will be shaped by Sergeant Major Thomas. Now, in recognition of his inspiration, dedication and commitment, Warrant Officer Thomas is recommended for the award of a Lord Lieutenant Certificate of Merit. And now let's hear from Thomas.
I'm SMI Thomas from E Squadron, Devon and Glamorgan Army Cadet Force. I became a Cadet Force Army volunteer to give back to the ACF what I got out of it as a cadet. Being a CFAV in the ACF is a challenging but rewarding role. My greatest achievement, I think, has been recently appointed as the Area Sergeant Major for E Squadron. I've learnt many things over the years in the ACF: how to conduct ranges, run exercises, teach skill at arms, and plan and conduct safe activities for cadets. I don't think I could have achieved any of this without the support of my OC, 2IC, and especially my old detachment commander when I was a cadet. Because of them, I am able to do what I do today. I plan to continue to support my fellow CFAVs to help us deliver the best cadet experience as possible.
Flight Lieutenant Kristian Butler. Flight Lieutenant Kristian Butler joined No. 1574 Pembroke Squadron in 1986, reaching the rank of Corporal and attending camps at RAF Lynham and RAF Locking before joining the Royal Air Force, where he was stationed at RAF Brize Norton. In 2017, Kristian rejoined the Royal Air Force Air Cadets as a sergeant, where he used his dynamic leadership and exceptional motivation to reopen No. 1574 Pembroke Squadron after it had closed some years earlier due to a lack of cadets and staff. His unique style of management and rapport with cadets and staff was soon rewarded with his promotion to the rank of Flight Sergeant and his commanding officer status of 2420 Whitland Squadron. December 2019, Kristian was promoted to the rank of Flying Officer, having completed his Officer Air Selection course at Royal Air Force Cranwell, and very soon after, another promotion to the rank of Flight Lieutenant, as his individual professionalism, integrity, and devotion to the Royal Air Force Air Cadets was instantly recognised and harnessed by his senior management team. Flight Lieutenant Butler is now the BTEC officer, as well as the No. 3 Welsh Wing RAF Air Cadets Project Officer, where he has received a number of commendations from his wing commander for exemplary work in the pursuit of dynamic change management within the wing. Kristian is employed by the Dyfed Police, where he is very highly regarded by the Chief Constable, who has awarded him with a number of very high-profile commendations for exemplary professionalism when dealing with major incidents within the constabulary's area. He is very highly supported by his family, and he has an exceptional career ahead of him, not only with the Royal Air Force Air Cadets, but also within Dyfed Police. Flight Lieutenant Kristian Butler is an inspirational and highly motivated individual, and in recognition of his unique abilities in fostering leadership, goodwill, and the continual professional development for his cadets and staff, he is very highly recommended for the award of a Lord Lieutenant Certificate of Merit. And now let's hear from Kristian.
Good evening, I'm Flight Lieutenant Chris Butler, Officer Commanding 2420 Whitland Squadron and the Project and Wing Training Officer for No. 3 Welsh Wing. I've also previously served in the Royal Air Force as an armourer, and I'm currently employed by Dyfed Police as an IT specialist. It's a huge honour for me to receive this award, and I'd like to say thank you to the staff at 2420 and my family for their continued support, which allows me to enjoy my activities within the Air Cadets. My main reason for joining the Air Cadets as an adult volunteer was to give back some of the great experiences that I had as a cadet. For me, seeing young people develop throughout their cadet career is what being a staff member is all about, and I can't think of anything more rewarding.
Sergeant Owen Phillips of No. 3 Welsh Wing Royal Air Force Air Cadets. Sergeant Owen Phillips has been an active member of the wing since 2018. Currently residing in Aberystwyth, Owen's primary employment is as Operations Manager for Cambrian Tyres, managing the company's national distribution and daily operations. Since joining the Royal Air Force Air Cadets, Sergeant Phillips has taken every opportunity to enhance and enrich the cadets' experience with the highest levels of professionalism. He has employed his varied skill set, in addition to becoming qualified in instructing the cadets, in radio communications, first aid, fieldcraft and marksmanship. Sergeant Phillips is currently adjutant of both 561 Aberystwyth Squadron and 621 Carmarthen Squadron, supporting 3 parade nights each week, as well as managing and administering personnel, compliance and logistics. This is in addition to secondary duties as the Sector First Aid Officer, coordinating and delivering the St John's Ambulance qualification to squadrons across Dyfed, and as the Mechanical Transport Officer, where he is also responsible for the management and policy updates for the fleet of wing-owned vehicles and their drivers. Throughout the COVID lockdown, Sergeant Phillips continued to prove his commitment, supporting No. 3 Welsh Wing's virtual training by delivering numerous activities, including classification training, instructing presentation skills and methods of instruction training. On many occasions, Owen took it upon himself to become familiar with training material and subjects that he'd previously had no experience of, in order to relieve pressure on other volunteers, and to ensure that the cadets enjoyed training that they would not have otherwise received. Over the 56-week period, he committed 359 hours, an equivalent of 51 full working days, to training with the Royal Air Force Air Cadets, in addition to time spent planning and undertaking cadet administration. Without the support and faultless commitment from Sergeant Phillips, there is no doubt that the strength of No. 3 Welsh Wing and its units would be a fraction of the success it is today. In recognition of his meritorious actions and selflessness, Sergeant Owen Phillips is deserving of the award of a Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit. And now let's hear from Owen.
My name is Sergeant Owen Phillips from No. 3 Welsh Wing Air Cadets based at Aberystwyth and Carmarthen Squadrons. Becoming an adult volunteer has given me the opportunity to give something back to the organisation that I started with as a teenager and help our cadets gain some valuable life experiences and develop as a young adult. Since joining the cadets, I've trained to be an instructor in many subjects covered by the Air Cadets: first aid, radio communications, fieldcraft, to name a few. There is always a sense of pride when you contribute to the cadets successfully completing their training objectives, gaining valuable qualifications and life experiences. I feel extremely honoured to receive this award and thank everybody for their support.
Mrs. Rosemary Fitzgerald of Swansea Sea Cadet Corps. Mrs. Rosemary Fitzgerald joined the unit management team of Swansea Sea Cadets as treasurer in 2018. She very quickly got to grips with its requirements, introducing correct documentation and regular, accurate reporting routines. Although in her 70s, Rose attacked the role with energy and enthusiasm, encouraging all members of the unit management team to engage in fundraising activities. And very quickly, the unit's financial position was knocked into good shape. Not too long after joining, Rose sadly faced significant personal health challenges, eventually, very reluctantly, stating her intention to stand down. Her immense sense of responsibility and dedication to the unit led her to commit to staying until a replacement was found. 2 years later, she's still in post. Now, throughout this period, she's hardly missed a meeting and has resolutely and diligently made certain that the unit's finances have received the highest quality of governance. COVID-19, with its restrictions and constraints, conspired against normal activities. From a treasurer's perspective, fundraising events dried up. But with dogged determination, Rose maintained links with the Welsh Government, the local authority and other sources of grant funding to keep the unit's accounts in the black, providing training equipment, materials and courses so that cadets could continue their activities whilst the unit was closed for face-to-face training. At the same time, the size of the management team diminished, and both chairman and secretary found that they could no longer manage their full commitments. Many of their responsibilities fell upon the treasurer. Rose found herself in a progressively isolated environment, which exposed her to increasing levels of stress and frustration. Despite this, she continued to look after the unit's best interests. She fastidiously engaged with suppliers and contractors, ensuring expenditure was under control, and focused carefully upon complying with the many unit's statutory and regulatory requirements. Now, as we get back to normal with face-to-face meetings resuming, the unit management team is regenerated and a new treasure has been found. Rose can now refocus on herself. She has given little thought to her personal health and well-being, but in so doing, her steadfast support of the Sea Cadets in Swansea has ensured financial viability and governance probity amid uniquely challenging conditions. As a result, Mrs. Rosemary Fitzgerald is wholeheartedly recommended for the award of a Lord Lieutenant Certificate of Merit. Mrs. Tina Bushell-Friel. Mrs. Tina Bushell-Friel has served on civilian committees within 3 squadrons in No. 3 Welsh Wing over a period of some 18 years. She currently continues to serve at No. 621 Carmarthen Squadron. Mrs. Bushell-Friel has consistently provided clear guidance, advice and support and training interventions to squadron treasurers in their management of the squadron finances, and has also mentored new squadron treasurers as they've taken up the mantle within their respective squadrons. In addition, Tina is also very active in the wider context of her role as a Wing Committee member, can often be seen attending squadrons in her area, at Wing headquarters and at Wing events that often involve long hours of travelling and overnight stays away from her home. This is particularly relevant as she does not drive and is often dependent on public transport to get around the large rural geographic spread of the Wing area. Mrs. Bushell-Friel also plays a key and active role in deputising for the Wing Committee Chair at regional and key events. Her high-level ability to represent the Wing and the Royal Air Force Air Cadets professionally in an engaging and informed manner at challenging and complex meetings with external agencies was recently positively commented on by the regional chair, who was also present at the meeting. In 2018, Mrs. Bushell-Friel was awarded the Commandant's Commendation and Certificate of Good Service in recognition of her outstanding service, and in 2020 was the runner-up for the receipt of the Ian Todd Memorial Award, that is a recently established annual award to the Royal Air Force Air Cadet Civilian Committee members who've shown excellence in supporting the work of the Royal Air Force Air Cadet Organisation at local, regional or national levels. Now, these awards reflect the outstanding contribution that Tina has made to No. 3 Welsh Wing and to the total RAF Air Cadet organisation. It is also of significant note that through this extended period of the COVID pandemic, Mrs. Bushell-Friel has been very active in her local West Wales community in addition to her RAF Air Cadet work. She's provided long-term and regular support to vulnerable members of that community with selfless disregard for her own safety and well-being, in favour of providing support and assistance to those most vulnerable. Tina continues to demonstrate an unwavering commitment to the core principles and values of the Royal Air Force Air Cadets and to serve above and beyond, giving freely of her time to maintain a highly visible and effective presence within and external to No. 3 Welsh Wing. In recognition of her commitment, dedication and professionalism, Mrs. Tina Bushell-Friel is highly recommended for the award of the Lord Lieutenant Certificate of Merit. The Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Badges for 2021. The Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Badge are awarded to members of the cadet forces in recognition of those individual cadets' performance during the previous year in support of the Lord Lieutenant. This year, for their performance during 2021, the Lord Lieutenant David's Cadet Certificate and Badge is awarded to Petty Officer Cadet Chris Harries of Fishguard Sea Cadet Corps, Leading Cadet Matthew Coburn of Tenby Sea Cadet Corps, Petty Officer Alfie Anderson of Milford Haven Sea Cadet Corps, Cadet Warrant Officer Josh Richards of No. 3 Welsh Wing RAF Air Cadets, and Cadet Warrant Officer Sarah Greenshields of No. 3 Welsh Wing RAF Air Cadets. The Lord Lieutenant has a number of cadets each year nominated by the Sea Cadet Corps, the Army Cadet Force, the Royal Air Force Air Cadets and the Combined Cadet Force. Cadets are nominated for their outstanding contribution to their respective cadet units. The cadet will support the Lord Lieutenant on special occasions such as royal visits, remembrance parades and civic events. For 2022, the appointed Lord Lieutenant's cadets are Able Cadet Adam Hughes of Tenby Sea Cadet Corps. Able Cadet Adam Hughes has been a Sea Cadet at Tenby since November 2018. He's been a part of the unit through some very turbulent times, but he's remained loyal to the organisation and has fully enjoyed what the cadet experience can offer him. Adam has made the most of every opportunity and utilised them to gain an array of qualifications and experiences, which have seen him fly through the lower rank syllabus to his current rank of Able Cadet. He's now ready in all aspects for attending a leading cadet promotion board, which he hopes to undertake in the near future. The pandemic offered a virtual experience, but Adam jumped in with both feet to accomplish many activities such as Cyber First, basic catering and many more. Adam was a shining light and a role model, showing others within the unit how much could be achieved in such an unknown and unsettling time. Since restrictions have been reduced, Able Cadet Hughes has relished returning to boating activities, which have seen him very quickly achieve his foundation and safety rescue training course, which has allowed him to undertake the British Canoeing Paddle Sport Instructor's course. Adam successfully passed this assessment and became the first cadet ever to achieve this qualification. As a result, Able Cadet Hughes has been worth his weight in gold as he supported the return of kayaking and canoeing to Tenby, regularly enabling and leading sessions to ensure that all cadets could get on the water and add the sea into Sea Cadets. Able Cadet Hughes is well respected by all at the unit and is a great role model for those junior to him. He is smart, conscientious and takes great pride in wearing his uniform. And in recognition of his devotion and commitment, Able Cadet Adam Hughes is recommended for the appointment of a Lord Lieutenant's Cadet for Dublin for 2022. And now let's hear from Adam.
I'm leading cadet Adam Hughes from TS Tenby in Pembrokeshire. Through cadets I've achieved my RYA level 2 powerboat and I've also achieved my paddle sport instructor. I've travelled to Training Centre Weymouth and I've also been offshore on one of the Sea Cadets vessels, TS Jack Petrie. I've learned many skills through cadets and I enjoy passing these skills down to younger cadets. I was surprised but excited when I was informed that I'd achieved the Lord Lieutenant Cadet, and I'm looking forward to where it will take me. I would recommend cadets to anyone.
Able Cadet Maisie Millichip of Fishguard Sea Cadet Corps. Able Cadet Maisie Millichip is an exceptionally hard-working cadet who is working towards her Leading Cadets Promotion Board. This year, she's achieved her Rowing Coxswain's Award and Paddle Sport Explore qualifications, which will now lead to the Foundation and Safety Rescue Training course, and then on to the Paddle Sport Instructor qualification. She's also achieved qualifications in sliding seat rowing and windsurfing. Maisie's also working on her Silver Duke of Edinburgh's Award, which she will complete in the spring of 2022 with the return of expeditions. She's also worked hard on intermediate rock climbing and is proficient at piping with a bosun's call. Over the last few years, Maisie has taken a keen interest in shooting and has attended many competitions, including at Bisley, where she has represented the Sea Cadets at the Southwest area level. She's an air rifle marksman, has the small bore advanced qualification, and recently completed training with the full bore rifle. Able Cadet Millichip has always been an example to our other cadets and assists in the unit whenever asked. She's attended almost every fundraiser over the last 3 years and represented both the district and the area at most competitive events. Maisie is currently instructing at the unit and consistently delivers excellent lessons for our cadets to enjoy. Always immaculately turned out, she's a great example of a dedicated Sea Cadet. In her final year at Uscall Penrhyn Dowie, where she is also head girl, Maisie had the privilege of meeting Prince Charles in July when he attended a service at St David's Cathedral. Maisie had the chance to chat to him and they spoke about Sea Cadets and golf. Maisie's main interest is the Sea Cadets and all of the activities that this involves, but she's also a very keen golfer, regularly playing rounds of 18 holes. Now, if she isn't at weekend cadet activities, she will be out and about somewhere on the golf course playing in a competition. In recognition of her dedication and commitment to the Fishguard Sea Cadets and to the wider Sea Cadet Corps, Able Cadet Maisie Millichip is recommended for the appointment of a Lord Lieutenant's Cadet for Dyfed for 2022. And now let's hear from Maisie.
Hello and Shemai, my name is Maisie Millichip and I'm leading cadet at Fishguard Sea Cadets, Pembrokeshire. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the staff at Fishguard that have given me the opportunity to be involved in many experiences I may have never been exposed to. I joined cadets to make new friends and develop myself as a person, taking on new challenges in a safe environment. From my initial experiences as junior cadet through to my current role as a leading cadet, I've been fortunate enough to acquire many new skills in areas such as navigation, seamanship, first aid and many sea-based activities. I've been on offshore voyages and looking forward to going on Royalist in the summer. In terms of my personal achievements, I've thoroughly enjoyed shooting and recently took part in a national competition held at Bisley. I've also represented Wales Sea Cadets in a national football competition where my team won a silver medal. I hope to pursue a career in the Royal Navy when I finish my studies and I hope to become involved in meteorology. My appointment as Lord Lieutenant Cadet is an absolute honour and privilege and I am thrilled to accept. I will endeavour to do my duties at the highest standards and act as a role model for others.
Cadet Flight Sergeant Bethany Valentine of No. 3 Welsh Wing Royal Air Force Air Cadets. Cadet Flight Sergeant Bethany Valentine has been a member of 621 Carmarthen Squadron since 2015. Currently residing near Llyndussel, she currently works as a sales assistant with aspirations of serving with the British Army as an air dispatcher within the Royal Logistic Corps. Since becoming an air cadet, Cadet Flight Sergeant Valentine has shown great interest in a wide variety of subject areas, taking on opportunities to challenge herself and enrich her cadet experience. A highlight of her journey within the Royal Air Force Air Cadets was when she successfully completed the 4-day, 160-kilometre long Nijmegen March in 2019. This saw her participate in 9 months of progressive training to condition herself to the physical and mental challenge ahead. As part of this, she completed the Royal Air Force Cosford 80-kilometre march, and from her performance was selected to represent No. 3 Welsh Wing as part of the Wing's road marching team. Bethany has proven herself to be a highly enthusiastic and capable instructor. She's gained additional qualifications to allow her to instruct her fellow cadets, showing a specific interest in radio communication, gaining her Foundation radio licence and Air Cadet Radio Communications badge. As a staff cadet, Cadet Flight Sergeant Valentine works closely with the squadron staff and has proven to be invaluable in the regeneration of the squadron over the COVID period. She always sets an example and provides continuous mentorship to all of the squadron's cadets. Now, without the unwavering support and commitment from Bethany, the activities of No. 621 Carmarthen Squadron and its cadets would not have attained the level of momentum and success that they have today. In recognition of her meritorious service and commitment, Cadet Flight Sergeant Bethany Valentine is strongly recommended for the appointment of Lord Lieutenant's Cadet for Dyfed for 2022. So let's hear from Bethany.
I'm Flight Sergeant Valentine of 621 Carmarthen ATC. Since joining the organisation in 2013, the ATC has given me many amazing years of opportunities that not only have widened my skill set, but have also transformed me into a more confident and ambitious individual. This has included running exercises, completing courses such as First Aid and Radio, gaining my Silver AEF wing, and volunteering at RIAT, also gaining my biggest achievement, which was completing Nijmegen in 2019. I am grateful to every member of staff in No. 3 Welsh Wing who have guided me to this very moment. I am truly honoured to be nominated as Lord Lieutenant Cadet and look forward to my duties.
Cadet Corporal Martha Ashcroft of No. 3 Welsh Wing Royal Air Force Air Cadets. Cadet Corporal Martha Ashcroft has proven to be a crucial member of 245 Ammanford Squadron since she joined in 2019. In a short period of time, Martha has quickly achieved the rank of Corporal. However, she has a natural desire to do more than is ever expected of her. Cadet Corporal Ashcroft balances both her cadet attendance and her school performance, allowing her to attain maximum personal benefit from both, whilst also contributing as much as possible. In her time with our school Broad in Able, she's shown her confidence and commitment in representing the school at STEM courses and in mathematics competitions, and has done so to the best of her ability. Martha has also excelled during her time with the cadets. Initially a shy cadet, her self-confidence has grown, and her skills and leadership ability grown beyond recognition. She's now become a unique orator, capable of speaking to audiences and individuals and of expressing her own opinions and interests. In addition, outside the Air Cadet world, Cadet Corporal Ashcroft has a passion for art and falconry. Martha's leadership and maturity exceeds that which would normally be expected of one so young. Her ability to take command of the squadron's cadets, guide and improve them, has rightly earned her the respect of her peers, juniors and adult staff alike. She now also has the unique challenge of remaining calm and impartial and overseeing her siblings Faith and Joseph, who have also joined the squadron, a challenge she is sure to meet. In recognition of her dedication and commitment to 245 Hammond Squadron, Cadet Corporal Martha Ashcroft is highly recommended for the appointment of a Lord Lieutenant's Cadet for Dyfed for 2022. So now let's hear from Martha.
I am Corporal Ashcroft from 2475 Ammanford Squadron. I joined the cadets in September 2019, and while much of my time has been interrupted by COVID, I'm extremely grateful for the opportunities the ATC has provided. I was allowed to pursue my interest in STEM, and I've been given a much greater appreciation for the RAF as a whole. My confidence has greatly increased and made me a stronger individual and opened many opportunities I otherwise would not have been able to pursue. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity as Lord Lieutenant Cadet, and I will make the most of anything it provides to me.
Well, Lord Lieutenant, that concludes the awards ceremony. May I please now invite you to say a few words?
Good evening, Noswaith. It is an enormous pleasure to be with you on screen for this year's Lord Lieutenant of Dyfed Awards, and welcome to you all from wherever you're joining us. These awards are for exceptional service, and it is therefore a huge pleasure to congratulate all the reservists, civilians and cadets whose impressive and inspiring citations it has been such a pleasure to hear. Our reserve forces support the regular services on operations across the world, and indeed, as we view the world today, we could not be more proud of them and more grateful to them for their service. We are truly extremely fortunate in having such fine part-time soldiers, sailors and air reservists. Thank you all very much. Thank you for rising to the various challenges that have been created by COVID and finding ingenious ways of solving problems. And congratulations to you all on your achievements and good wishes to you for future endeavours. The Cadet Forces are wonderful organisations in which the mix of military training, youth and community work, as well as civilian qualifications, all help to prepare our young people to become responsible adult members of society and to give them confidence and a can-do spirit. Congratulations to all the cadets on their well-deserved success this evening. Congratulations too to all the civilian recipients who have played such an invaluable part in giving their precious time, support and enthusiasm. Whatever your role, thank you for all your hard work and commitment. And I would also like to thank all the families and friends who have supported the recipients whose success and achievements we've been hearing about. Without your continued encouragement and support in so many ways, these achievements just would not happen. To the outgoing Lord Lieutenant Cadets, may I say thank you for being there. It's been another odd and unpredictable year due to the COVID situation, but nevertheless, I hope that you will look back on your year in office with pride. To be appointed a Lord Lieutenant Cadet is one of the highest honours a cadet can receive, and that will stay with you forever. Best wishes to you all for your future endeavours. To the incoming Lord Lieutenant Cadets, may I offer my congratulations, and I do hope that I will see more of you in person over the course of this Platinum Jubilee year as you support me and act as ambassadors for your organisations, the Lieutenancy and young people in your region. I would like to thank all the serving Reserve and Cadet Force members for your continued support to the Reserves and Cadet Force units. And many thanks to the staff of the RFCA for your hard work and organisational skills in making this happen. It's a great pleasure on behalf of everyone in the Dyfed Lieutenancy to welcome the new Chief Executive of the Reserve Forces and Cadets Association, Colonel Dominic Morgan, and to wish him every success in the future. Congratulations again to all the recipients on your success this evening, and thank you to everyone for your hard work and support.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Now, please keep an eye on our social media channels and our website over the coming days for any updates on tonight's event. And that'll also include a full recording of the ceremony, which will be posted on our YouTube channel. Thanks again and good night.